We usually think about privacy as something that can be lost in an instant. A bad app, a data breach, a single click we didn't fully think through. There's this idea that privacy is fragile, that one wrong decision and it's gone forever. But that's not really how privacy works. Privacy doesn't usually disappear all at once. It fades slowly, quietly, over time. And today I want to talk about what privacy actually means when you zoom out. Not over minutes or days, but over years. Most conversations about privacy focus on individual moments. One photo you posted, one permission you granted, one message you sent. But almost no one's privacy story is defined by a single decision. Think about location data. One location ping doesn't say much. It's just a dot on a map. But hundreds of them start to form a shape. Thousands of them turn into a routine. Now there's a commute, a workplace, a favourite coffee shop, a time you usually wake up, and a time that you're usually not home. Privacy isn't violated by one data point. It's inferred through patterns. And this is the first shift that matters. Privacy isn't about what you shared once. It's about what can be known after everything is combined. A useful way to think about privacy is to think about memory. No single day defines who you are, but years of days do. The same is true for data. One search doesn't say much. One purchase doesn't say much. One workout doesn't say much. But together they form a model, a prediction, a version of you that exists outside your control. This is why the phrase, "I have nothing to hide," doesn't quite land. Privacy isn't about hiding secrets. It's about preventing permanent conclusions from temporary behaviour. You might search for something once out of curiosity. You might buy something once as a gift. You might go somewhere once on a whim. But data doesn't understand context. It remembers everything equally. Over time, those small moments stop being moments. They become a profile. Here's the part that often gets lost, and where a lot of anxiety comes from. Because privacy accumulates slowly. Most privacy decisions are not emergencies, but the technology around us is designed to feel urgent. Allow access now, accept cookies now, enable tracking now. The interface creates pressure even when the risk is long term, and the pressure can make privacy feel overwhelming. Like, if you don't get everything right immediately, you've already failed. But that's not true. One imperfect decision doesn't ruin your privacy. What matters is repetition, and what matters is direction. Privacy erodes through unexamined habits, not isolated mistakes. You don't need to optimize everything. You just need to notice what you're repeatedly agreeing to. So here's a calmer mental model. Think of privacy less as a fortress and more like a garden. You don't have to panic every time a leaf falls. You don't have to obsess over every weed the moment it appears. You pay attention over time. You notice what's growing, and occasionally you prune. If you want something practical to hold on to, here are 3 questions worth returning to. Not today, not urgently, but gradually. First, does this create permanent memory or temporary convenience? Second, would I be comfortable with this data existing in 5 years, even if I forget about it? And third, is this a one-time choice or a pattern that I'm repeating? You don't have to answer these questions perfectly. You just have to ask them occasionally. That alone changes the shape of your privacy over time. Privacy isn't about fear. It's not about hiding, and it's not about being perfect. Privacy is about authorship. About deciding, slowly, imperfectly, what story your data is allowed to tell about you over time. And the good news is this: the story isn't finished. You're still writing it. Quietly Secure isn't about preventing every possible issue. It's about knowing what to do when things go wrong. In the next episode, we'll talk more about being tracked, what's real, what's noise, and talk about building simple, secure habits that last without constant effort. Thank you for listening to Quietly Secure. Stay informed, stay balanced.